Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming another darker shade video for you guys. Today's video is over the new Coverfx Power Play concealers. I have the shades N Deep 5 and P Deep 5. So I think neutral and pink are the N and the P. We are going to be testing out this new concealer. I saw swatches of this concealer online. Swatches and pictures online are so hard to trust because you never know, depending on lighting, who they're swatching it on, which I think the swatches that I saw was on someone with a little bit lighter skin. So I was just like, it's probably not going to be as dark as I think it is, but we're gonna see. This is what they look like outside of the bottle, and compared to the swatches that I saw, I knew that this was kind of what I was going to be expecting, along the lines of these kind of shades. So we're gonna see what these concealers look like today and how they look compared to other concealers on the market, and how they perform compared to other concealers on the market. All right, so let's go ahead and get straight into it. I'm gonna use this Lancome blur stick. I've been using this blur stick for a few days now. I've actually been really liking it. It's just been doing it for me. I am primed and ready to go. I'm going to use the Lancome Skin Feels Good, and I do apply it with a sponge. It's a really good match to my skin because it doesn't cover too much. This is the photo that I'm talking about, and you see the shade down here at the bottom almost looks black. Like I said, it could be due to lighting, it could be due to just watching it on someone with lighter skin. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is why it's so hard to match yourself. Let's say you were trying to spot conceal and you were somewhere in around this shade range right here. You would be like, okay, well, none of these are gonna work to spot conceal. These all look like contour shades. These all look like they're gonna be too dark. But then in actuality, this is what they look like. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do some swatching of some concealers that I currently have on the market, some of the darker ones. All right, so here are some swatches. So this one is the Makeup Revolution Concealer in C18. Here is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Dark Coffee. NYX HD Concealer Espresso. Okay, and then this one right here is the L'Oreal True Match Concealer in the shade Deep 9 and 10. And then this one right here is the LA Girl Concealer in Dark Cocoa. And then these are the last two shades of the Coverfx concealers. This is the pink one, and then this is the N one, the neutral one. I'm honestly probably gonna go with this one because that one looks like it's just gonna match my undertone a little bit better. So we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what this concealer claims to do. It says it's a long-wearing crease-proof concealer with weightless full coverage that also provides next-level pollution defense. It comes in 30 inclusive shades. This vegan full coverage concealer blurs imperfections with a natural radiant finish, ideal to conceal, contour, and highlight any skin tone. Conceal means like spot concealing, which you need like a concealer that's around your skin tone to do that. And then contour, it needs to be darker, and then highlight needs to be a little bit lighter. The pink one, the Deep 5, is gonna be good to kind of spot conceal like around the darkness that I have over here under my eyes and in my eye socket area. So I'm gonna see what that looks like, and then I'll probably highlight. This is what the applicator looks like. It's like a, what would you consider this, a wand almost, but it's not like the traditional like doe foot wands. This is like like you pretty much dot it on, and then said online, the more dots the more coverage. So we'll see. I just put a little bit on first, and then I'm gonna blend this one out. I could spot conceal with this with foundation on, not with like my bare skin. My bare skin is a little darker, so I wouldn't be able to spot conceal with this unless I put foundation on like I just did. This is it with just a little bit of those dots to kind of cancel out that darkness that I had underneath my eyes right here. I guess if you want to highlight, you would use a lighter shade, but this shade right here is not my undertone whatsoever, but we'll see. It's actually blended in really nicely. I didn't put too much on though. I'm gonna balance out the other eye. It actually blends out really nicely, so we could have a promising formula. So far, it's not bad. It's blending out really beautifully, and I don't think that it's a terrible undertone match. We'll see with like my powders, because even with powders, it gets a little tricky. Some powders just don't look the best sometimes, so we'll see, because it doesn't look like it's gonna dry down. I'm gonna need to set it with some powder. It says it was full coverage, but I would say almost like a medium. I don't know if it's like full coverage. I'm gonna build it up just a little bit more to see how it looks, like if it'll give me a little bit more coverage, because I was going in very light-handed with it. I just hate building up concealer underneath my eyes because I just feel like the more cakey it gets, especially since I have such fine lines underneath my eyes. This would look stunning on someone with more neutral undertones, but you guys see like my eye area compared to my chest, it's just not where it's at right now. So I'm gonna try and see if I can use a powder that has more of a redder undertone to kind of balance that out. I'm gonna use the Ben Nye Ebony Translucent Setting Powder just to kind of cancel out a little bit more of that yellow underneath the eyes. I blended it out as much as I could, especially on the outer perimeter. And I go in very light with powder. The reason why I go in light with powder is powder can really alter the way your products look on your face, and at the moment I just haven't found a powder that I'm just like, this will not alter my skin. That kind of helped it a little. I'm gonna use this Becca bronzer in deep bronze, this one right here. I'm just gonna set the rest of my face with it. Alrighty guys, so this is what the concealer is looking like right now underneath my eyes. So far I like the way that it looks, especially with the powder on top. It doesn't have that yellowiness that it had in the beginning, that more neutralness that it had in the beginning. So this is what it looks like right now. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in a little bit so you guys can see my under eyes, see how it looks right after applying it. You guys see all those little tiny fine lines that I have. Doesn't look really bad right now. Actually, I don't mind how it looks right now at all whatsoever. We'll see how it looks throughout the day. Alrighty guys, so I am back. It is about 11:14 right now. I just got the new iPhone. I think I finished applying all of my makeup around 3. So this is what it's looking like right now. I am gonna zoom you guys in a little bit closer here in a second so you guys can see what it's looking like underneath my eyes and all that good stuff. But it looks like so far the concealer held up pretty well. It did really good underneath my eyes. You guys see all those little fine lines. Usually by now it's a creasy mess underneath here, and it doesn't really look that bad at all for 7 hours later. So it said it was gonna give you full coverage. I do feel like with one layer you definitely can build it up to more of a full coverage finish with this concealer. The first layer is not gonna give you full coverage, but it is a buildable concealer. It does feel pretty lightweight. Blended out really easily and really smoothly, so that wasn't an issue at all. It's saying it's transfer proof, which for me, concealer I'm not too worried about concealer being transfer proof because mainly my concealer stays in the center part of my face. I am gonna go ahead and blot it really quickly. I'll do my forehead since I put some on my forehead and maybe just a little bit underneath my eyes. You probably can't see it, but it's really not much at all whatsoever actually. Like maybe a the tiniest bit of color. I agree with the True Color Wear. I don't think it's really changed color on me throughout the day or oxidized or anything like that. I do think that it stayed true to color. The next thing it says is multi-use formula. It's a multi-use formula, basically meaning that you can use it as a highlight, spot treatment, or spot concealing and contour. And for me, I was only able to use it as maybe a spot conceal. I do feel like it does help with creasing a little bit better than a lot of other concealers. Like I said earlier, there's no concealer on the market that's truly creaseless. Like if you have fine lines underneath your eyes, they're gonna sink in. And there are some products that do it a lot less than other products. Like the one I've seen that does it really well is the Makeup Revolution concealer, and that one does a little bit better than most of the other concealers on the market. This one is kind of on par with that to me. It looks really smooth underneath the eyes still. So with creasing, it gets a pass in my book. The only other thing is the photo that was floating around where it would seem like this would be a multi-use concealer for all skin tones. It's not really fully multi-use for all skin tones. I definitely wouldn't be able to contour with this product. That's one of my only complaints. It's something that still needs to be on the market as far as contours, bronzers, all that good stuff. You guys have heard me say this multiple times. I'm gonna keep saying it because how else are we gonna create change? I definitely do plan on using it again. I do like the formula. I do like the finish. It doesn't look drying or cakey underneath the eyes, which makes me really happy. I do think you're gonna get a good amount of product for the price. If you're not a big fan of like the little stampy applicator, you might not like it. I actually like it. I don't mind it at all whatsoever. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you leave it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications somewhere down here. It's a little bell and you'll be notified for all of my videos that I post. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Lots of love, and I'll see you guys next time.